Assalamu alaikum. वेलकम बैक एंड कल वाले ही लेक्चर को ही हम लोग जो है फर्दर कंटिन्यू करते हैं. इन द लास्ट लेक्चर आई गिव प्रोग्राम 4 एज अ क्लास असाइनमेंट. So here is the solution for program number 4. That is, this program will just print the even integers from 1 to 10. So the first thing is that we will initialize the variable a as is equal to 2, because in the last lecture we wanted to print the integers from 1 to 2, so 1 to 10. So it means 1 2 3 up to 10, all the numbers were included. So that's why in our program number 3 we initialize the variable with initial value that was 1, a equal to 1. But in this program actually we just want to print the even integers, so our first value will be 2. So the initial value, I have initialized the variable a is equal to 2. So assuming that our a variable has the value 2, now the a variable contains 2 as an initial value. So what should the program do? It directly prints that 2. So output screen, that is printf, %d will print the variable a. The second printf, %d will increment +2 instead of +1, क्योंकि अगर हम इसमें +1 ऐड करते हैं तो दिस वैल्यू विल बिकम 3. तो फिर 3 प्रिंट होगा जो हम नहीं करना चाहते. So that's why I have wrote it down like a plus 2. A plus 2 means that the initial value or the current value of a will be the 2 will be added with the current value of a. So the current value of a is 2 and plus 2 means 4. So it means that now at this stage instead of 2 it will display 2. This is for the first printf, then this is for the second printf 4, then +4, this is +4 at this stage third printf. %d will print a plus 4, it means 2 plus 4 is 6, so it will print 6. Then fourth printf, so 2 plus 6 will be 8, and the last printf will be 2 plus 8 is equal to 10. So this is the overall requirement of the question, because here at the last printf we don't want any further integers to be printed. So this is our last printf, and after that I will write return 0 and the ending braces of the main program. So this program will generate even integers, just even integers, that is 2 4 6 8 10. In the same way, in the same method, you can print odd integers from 1 to 10. For odd integers you will initialize a is equal to 1, and after that a plus 2, because 1 plus 2 will be 3, a plus 4, 1 plus 4 will be 5, a plus 6, 1 plus 6 will be 7, a plus 8, so 1 plus 8 will be 9. So the first number will be 1 3 5 7 and 9. The last number will be 9 and return 0. So for the odd numbers, just a minor change. This program will require a minor change, that will be a is equal to 1. So instead of, if we write a is equal to 1, the same program will print even integers, and if we write a is equal to 2, the same program will print even integers. For a is equal to 1 it will print odd integers, and a is equal to 2 it will print even integers. Okay, moving toward the next program, that is program number 5. The question says that write a program that reads the temperature in centigrade. It means that the user will enter the temperature in centigrade scale, and the program will convert that centigrade reading into Fahrenheit scale. As we all have studied the formula for Fahrenheit scale, that is Fahrenheit is equal to centigrade will be multiplied with 9 divided by 5 plus the, and this whole expression will be added with the 32. So that's why this whole expression is enclosed in the parenthesis. Now the program, how we will write the program? The program will the first now the first requirement of the program is that the user will enter the temperature in centigrade. So obviously okay, variables, what will be the variables? I have declared cent and for centigrade and for Fahrenheit scale, and I have declared them as float because centigrade may be decimal, and Fahrenheit obviously because division is encountered in this expression, so Fahrenheit may be in the decimal. So now after declaration, second line will generate a message that is enter the temperature in centigrade. So this is the second line. This is the output screen. On the output screen, enter the temperature in centigrade will appear, and scanf will get the value from the user through %f, that is the format specifier for you can say float variable, because and that value will be stored in cent variable. So %f enclosed in double quotes, and this %f will send the value in cent variable because the user is sending or entering the value in centigrade, so we will store it in cent variable. You can also use C or F for C for centigrade and F for Fahrenheit, but I have used it like this for the meaningful, and I have used a meaningful name. Now when the user has entered centigrade temperature in centigrade, you the program will the calculation part of the program is needed. So for this reason I will write the expression like this: FAR that is the variable for Fahrenheit is equal to parenthesis, in parenthesis centigrade cent variable. In this cent variable centigrade, the user entered the centigrade value that is stored, and that stored value is multiplied with 9 divided by 5, and when this whole expression is evaluated, because it is in parenthesis, is this whole expression will be added with 32, and the whole result will be stored in FAR Fahrenheit. This is the variable for Fahrenheit. Now the third part is that we have to show the output of that Fahrenheit. So printf, the temperature in Fahrenheit is %f, and for this %f we will write the variable for, in which the final value is stored. So our output will be like this: the temperature in Fahrenheit is %f FAR, return 0, and this is the program for temperature in centigrade. You can you all as I know that you all have compilers installed on your cell phones as well as on your laptops, so you can because I don't want to waste the time by writing the same program in the compiler, and so you can easily type the same program, copy that program and type it in Dev C++ or C coding, which is installed in your cell phones, and execute it and see the results. Okay. If you face any problem, you can comment below. The next program is write a program that inputs length and width of a rectangle from the user. So the first part of the program is saying that the program will input length and width of a rectangle. So here we know that length and width is input, so they both will go in some variable, then calculates the area. So obviously area will be having a variable as well of the rectangle, and displays its output. Or and the third part is again it will display its output. Now hash include studio.h, conio.h, int main, the pattern remains the same, just float area, length and width. I have declared them as a float variable because length and width may be decimal or float values, so that's why I have declared them as float variable. After declaring them the float variables for length, width and area, and we know that the formula for area, one thing I forgot to mention was that the formula for area is equal to length multiplied by width. So the given length and width will be multiplied and the whole result will be stored in the area. So this is the formula for area. Now after declaring the variables, a message will be displayed to the user: enter the length of rectangle. And through scanf statement we have used %f because len is a float variable. So %f will receive the value from the user and store it in len variable. The second statement is enter the width of rectangle, and again same process through scanf. %f I have used because wid is the float variable, and %f will send the width of the rectangle into this variable. After getting the length and width, here comes the calculation part. Area will be calculated by using the arithmetic expression, that is area is equal to len steric wid. We will multiply the variables len and wid, and after their multiplication the whole result will be stored in the variable area. Now as area is calculated, now we have to, the third part is that we have to display its output. So for this purpose again printf is used, and the area of rectangle is, we have just written the output message that the area of rectangle is %f because area is again float, and we have used comma area, so the value of area will be mentioned instead of this %f. And the last statement, as you already know, return 0 and the braces. So this is the program number 6. Try it and then let me know in the comments. Okay, program number 7, that is the class assignment. Very easy, same like the program number 6. The program will calculate the area of a triangle. The user will enter the base and height of the triangle at runtime. So what will be the input? Input will be the base and height of the triangle, b and h. These are the inputs, and the program will calculate the area and displays it as its output. And I have mentioned the formula for the triangle, that is area is equal to half base into height. It means that base and height are multiplied and they are divided by 2. It means half of b times h, or base and height will be multiplied and the whole multiplication is divided by 2. That is the area of the triangle. So this is the class assignment. If you, in the next lecture we will solve this assignment, but try to solve it yourself and get the help from program number 6. Okay. The next program is program number 8. Write a program that reads values for number of children and number of apples from the user. So there we have two inputs. The first one is number of children and second one is number of apples. and displays output for how many apples each child will get and the remaining apple. And what should be the output? That how ma that how many apples, the number of apples each child will get. Like we are dividing the apples among these childrens, and the condition is that each child will get the equal number of apples. So we have to mention the number of apples each child will get and the remaining apples. Now just consider the working principle or the logic of this program. Input is number of children as int variable because number of children cannot be float, it will be integer. Number of apples, it will also be integer variable because number of apples cannot be float. So for example, number of children is equal to 5 and number of apple is equal to 12. We can't say that number of children is equal to 5.5 or number of apples equal to 12.3 because they are mentioned in the integer. Okay, now going towards the logic of the program, we have 5 childrens, 1 2 3 4 and 5, and we have 12 apples, and these numbers are these 5 and 12 the user will enter at the runtime. So we have to use input statements for this purpose. Now 12 apples are divided in to these 5 childrens. So the first apple, second apple, third apple, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th. It means that these 5 children have got 10 apples. Like each children has got 2 apples, and the remaining 2 are left over because we want to divide equally among these children. So we want to divide equal number of apples in these students. So these 2 apples are remained, because if we assign this apple to any of the child, it will not be considered as an equal division. Okay, so we are not going to assign these 2 apples to any of the above child. So these two apples are remained apples. This is the working principle of this program. Now how the program will calculate the remainder and the given apples to the children? Simple as that. Number of apples were 12 and number of children were 5. So we will divide number of apples divided by number of children. 5 into 2, that is 10, it will become 10, and the remainder will be 2. So each child will get that quotient part, that is 2, and the remaining apples will be the remainder part. Got it? So how this will, the remainder, I have told you in my earlier lectures that for remainder we use arithmetic operator that is used as a percent, modulus or percent. Let me show it to you. This is the program code for program number 8, int apples. Apples is declared as an integer variable, child also integer. Remaining apples, for that purpose I have used rem apples as a variable and quo for the quotient part. Now the first statement is the printf statement, enter the number of apples. So through input statement we will get %d, and that value the user entered will go directly into the variable apples. The third statement, enter the number of children, and through scanf the %d will get the value from the user and send it directly to the child. sorry, child variable. Now as the values are entered and stored in the apples variable and child variable, we can calculate the division part. So for that purpose, QUO quotient part is equal to apples divided by child. Simple slash, we will use front slash. So apples, the value of apples which is stored in this variable is divided by the value of child variable, and the quotient part will be stored in the quotient. Like 12 is the apple and child is 5, so 5 into 2 will become 10 and the remainder is 2. But this quotient will simply this quotient will directly go to there, and this quotient part in quotient variable 2 will be stored. Now coming toward the remaining apples. So for that purpose, rem apples variable is used, which is calculating the remainder of that division part. So apples, same arithmetic expression. Apples, instead of using front slash, we are using modulus symbol, that is percentage. So modulus symbols is used to store the remainder of the expression. So apples modulus child, it means that in this statement the remainder will be stored. Now as quotient and remainder are calculated, we just want to output them. So for this, printf is used. Each child will get %d apples, and for this %d we will use QUO variable \n, the last printf \n, and remaining apples is equal to %d, and for this %d rem apples variable is used. So try running this program in your compilers. In the last statement is return 0 as obvious. So write it down in your compiler and see its output. Okay, if you have any comments or any problem, list them in the comments. So this was all for today. Thank you so much.